This is the in-cab portion of the pre-trip inspection. When you enter the vehicle, you have to have 3 points of contact. And then you would explain your 3 safety items. You have your fire extinguisher, securely mounted, properly rated, fully charged, and there's a safety pin in place. Then under the passenger seat, you have your 3 safety triangles. And then you have an extra fuse for every fuse that the vehicle takes. I'll check my seat belt. It's securely mounted. The belt is not ripped or torn. It latches and unlatches freely. We would check our seat, make sure it's securely mounted, not cracked, bent, or broken. We would check my mirror, securely mounted, not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's set for me. The glass on the side, not cracked or broken. And my windshield is not cracked or broken and has no illegal stickers. Then we'll perform a safe start with the transmission in neutral, parking brake engaged, and nothing underneath either of my pedals. We'll start the vehicle. For that, when I put the vehicle into accessory, the ABS light illuminated and turned off, indicating that it is working properly. So I'll start the vehicle. We'll go from left to right with our gauges. Our DEF fluid gauge is working properly. My oil pressure is rising slowly to proper operating range. And my water pressure is rising slowly and will not overheat. Our volts are between 12 and 15 amps. And both our brake chamber gauges rose to the proper operating range between 120 and 130 psi. And from there, we'll check our defrosters and blowers. See that it's blowing at the top and at our feet. We'll check our windshield wipers. They're securely mounted, not cracked, bent, or broken, and our washer fluid is working properly. From there, we will check our air horn and our city horn. Both are working properly. From there, we will turn our lights on. The dash illuminates. From here, we'll check our indicators. We have our left turn signal indicator, our right turn signal indicator, the 4-way flasher indicator, and our high beam indicator. And now we will check our parking brake that is working properly with it engaged. Put the vehicle into drive, tug slightly on the gas. See that the parking brake holds. Now we will release the parking brake to check our service brakes. Put the hands off the wheel, drive forward about 10 feet. Service brakes work and the wheel did not turn from left or right. At this point, we are going to start the air brake portion of the test, and it's a pass-fail. So we'll start with transmission in neutral, keeping the parking brake disengaged. We'll raise our RPMs to listen for our governor to go off. Not going off right now, but when you hear it, you would explain that the governor has gone off usually around 135 psi, indicating that our tanks are working properly. So now we'll turn the vehicle off, turn it back to accessory, and you'll hold the brake down for 1 minute, and we should not lose more than 3 psi in that 1 minute. You would ask the instructor then if you want to keep holding for that minute, or they might just say go to the next part. So after that, we would start pumping the brakes, and around 60 psi we'll get an audio and visual cue indicating that we're losing air pressure. At 60 psi we have our audio and visual cue indicating we're losing air pressure. And around 30 psi, our parking brake should automatically engage. At 30 psi, the parking brake automatically engaged, indicating that the spring brake is working properly. So now this is where you would tell the instructor to get out of the vehicle to check your outside lights. Turn this on to build an air pressure back up to get rid of the noise. But if he's outside, you'll check for your headlights, your high beams, your left turn signal indicator on the front and the fender, your right turn signal indicator on the front and the fender, your four-way flashers, and your clearance lights on the top. Then you move to the back of the vehicle. It would be your tail lights, your brake lights, your left turn signal, your right turn signal, four-way flashers, and your clearance lights. And that is the in-cab portion of the test.